Guys, Rich here with Brotherhood Reviews, and we're back talking about One Piece chapter 1072, and it has dropped. Now, this is a very jam-packed chapter with a lot of information given to us. So what I am going to try and do is I'm going to try and break down the main points of this chapter and what's happening, and my favorite parts as well. But before we get into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. Almost at a little over 200 subs. Hopefully we can get to 300 soon, and let's just begin. Now we start off this chapter with the cover page, and this is crazy to see a young Caesar, Judge, and Queen, and it's crazy to see what Queen looked like before he did his little alterations. He still looks somewhat the same, but like you could tell he altered himself a lot, gave himself a little lip job, but that's it for the cover story. Like, I'm glad it's continuing this long, but now we start off this chapter, and Bonnie turns back into a little kid and tricks Vegapunk into like turning around and stop running so she can attack him. Now she uses a move where she says destroy, future destroyed. So I'm guessing she has an ability. Has an ability. Her devil fruit allows her to alter whether or not she has a good future, bad future, good past, or bad past. So or maybe the past is set depending on how old you are. But anyways, so she uses like destroyed future, and she's like a buffed version of herself. Now she ends up swinging a couple times and missing, and uses another move and turns Vegapunk into a toddler. Now that he is pretty much incapacitated and a child, he can she can take full advantage of this situation and get the information she needs. Now with this, she is trying to pry as much information out of Vegapunk as she can, and Vegapunk pretty much tries to reassure her, like, listen, nobody forced your father into doing this. Like, granted, it's a sad thing with your father, but in the end, it was his choice. He chose to do this, and nobody put a gun to his head. And he promised me under no circumstances to tell you what happened to him. And she's not having it. And then she ends up finding this room with the paw, like this giant paw fruit in it, and she knows that it's her dad's power, and he's like, stay out of it. He tries to defer her from going into the room and tells her that it's just a whole bunch of pain, don't even worry about it. But she knows for a fact by looking at it that it's her dad's memories. So I think she's kind of putting two and two together, and if anything, she's probably going to touch it. But Vegapunk said that there's enough pain in there to kill someone. So who knows if she's really going to touch it, or what's really going to happen with this whole scenario, because that's all we pretty much get with that. Now we also get now we jump back to Kuma, and we get some more information on what's happening with Kuma. Kuma tries to scale the red line to get to Marie Joie, and the Marines shoot him down. But it kind of reminds me of the story of that robot that's on Egghead that scaled the red line 200 years ago. So every 200 years a robot scaling the red line for what? It's kind of like a little parallel. I kind of thought that was funny, but we just get him, the Kuma that's there, fighting off the Marines, and it looks like he's obviously in bad shape, But it looks like they're just fodder. They're just regular. I haven't personally seen any actual Marine captains or anybody of stature coming up to him and actually fighting him. It just seems like they're using their main force to just keep him at bay and hopefully shoot him. They're saying he's not dead yet and stuff like that. Now, but that's all that happens with him that we see. Now we cut back to the Straw Hats, and because of the malfunctioning grids and stuff, the Cypher end up coming up along and helping CP0, even though Sanji is beating Kaku. I believe that's his name, the giraffe dude. I always forget his name, and it's too funny because even Zoro's like, oh yeah, it's this giraffe guy. He has, but he's a little different, but it doesn't even matter, like because you could tell he's in his awakening form because now he has flames on his back. I think it's pretty cool, like that's an aesthetic for their Zoans, but maybe because there's those specific ones that they're flames, because I don't remember if the ones from Impel Down had flames around them. Maybe they had the clouds, but no, I might have to check after this. But anyways, now with the Cypher up there now, that's more of a threat. So Lilith and I believe Edison decide to go because they have a higher clearance since the CP0 before they get to destroy everything. So hopefully they can turn the Cypher on their side, because other than Vegapunk, the only other people above him is the elder, the 5 elders. So he has, once he gets there, there's nobody else that can take control as long as they don't destroy both Vegapunks. Now Sanji gets told to go and help by Nami, and Sanji's like, yo, why am I saving him? Because he thought it was funny if Bosshead gets taken out now, but you know, Nami's like, no, like this is not the time for you to settle a stupid score. But anyways, as I was saying, so we cut back to them. Zoro easily defeats Kaku, and he tells Brook to watch the ship. Brook's like, all right. As Kaku hits the ground, Kaku looks fine, like he's about, well, not fine, like obviously it hurt, but Kaku looks like he's about to get up, you know, and fight some more. And then next thing you know, he's unconscious. Everybody, like, oh well, the CP0 starts freaking out. Not freaking out, but like you could see panic in their face. And you know, it's just funny because Lucci says, why are you here? And he's like, oh, and what did you do to Kaku? Like, yo, he went to sleep. And she was like, why don't you go to sleep as well? I think it's time for you to take a little cat nap. So, and then Stutzy, clone of Stutzy appears, and this is the clone. Stutzy is a clone of a Rock's pirate, and also Blackbeard's Whitebeard Jr.'s mother. So, and she's bad, so it doesn't matter if you're old in One Piece, yo. That means you were bad back in the day, period. If you're an old woman in One Piece, that means back in the day you were bad. But anyways, that's beside the point. Stutzy, he successfully cloned Stutzy. This is his first ever successful clone, and I believe this is who he called on the Dendamushi for, you know, I'm sorry I have to take you out of hiding, because it seemed like nobody, like people knew but nobody knew, you know what I'm saying, because they're in complete shock. So maybe this is you know, Commodore, but we'll see. that's pretty much what happened. This chapter was jam-packed. A lot has happened. A lot is going down. We still have to see a lot more other than what we're finally outside of Wano, the borders, you know what I'm saying? We're outside of a border country. We need to figure out what's going on with the rest of the world, if you guys know what I'm saying now. But I love this chapter. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. And I hope you guys have a good day, time, night, whenever you guys are listening to this. Thank you.